Hi, everyone. First of all, I didn't get myself to do the credits in time. I kind of was, stuff happens. It's not Fight It. It's actually Humanity Matters Live. Gratitude. It's gratitude, right?
Yes,
gratitude.
gratitude.
So it's gratitude, and we have a special guest. His name is James Tucker. Okay, so actually our guest is James Tucker, and this is Humanity Matters Gratitude. And James brought a little friend of his, and sometimes he can be, well,
Obnoxious.
I would say that some of the things he says might get on your last nerve. And fortunately for him, if he gets on his own last nerve, he doesn't have anything to worry about. But you'll understand in a couple of seconds. So without further ado, we will introduce James Tucker and his little friend.
Hello. Got a nice audience here today, and this is my friend Charlie, and we're here to, well, do you know why we're here?
Because you thought there was going to be a buffet?
No. Look at this audience out here. So, say hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Come back here.
Stop it. You're cramping my style. How's about you and I go dancing after the show?
She's too tall for you.
Well, she can make 2 trips.
I apologize. Well, Charlie.
Oh, you know what?
What?
My teacher's out there.
Oh, she is. Which one is she?
Well, you see that blonde-haired girl?
Yeah.
With the brown eyes, yeah, and the luscious lips and the good-looking figure?
Is that your teacher?
No, it's the ugly one sitting next to her.
Oh, that was me.
Oh, all right. You stop that nonsense. Your teacher's a nice teacher. I ran into her today.
Oh, you did? Well, maybe you ought to learn how to drive.
I was walking.
Maybe you ought to sober up.
Okay. She told me, you know what she told me?
What?
Your report cards came out today.
They did. I mean, they did?
Yes. And you know what else?
What?
I found your report card.
You did?
It was in your sock drawer, hidden underneath the shelf paper.
Uh-oh. I'm dead.
Now, I saw your report card. You had a C in arithmetic. You had a D in English. You had an E in geography. And there was something I didn't understand. First of all, how could you get such bad grades?
Well, it was easy.
And the thing I didn't understand was they said you got an L in behavior. How can you get an L in behavior?
Well, maybe I behaved like L.
All right.
That's an A.
So after that, and it also said about your attendance. It talked about your attendance.
What about my attendance?
It says you were absent 1/2 day. How could you be absent a half day?
Well, you know, the days are shorter now that it's winter, so I was, you know, they're so short that it was a half a day.
You mean you played hooky?
Oh, no, I don't play those rough games.
You played hooky, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Shame
You
on
didn't.
you. I used to too.
Oh, I
so
did.
can't say
No,
anything.
you didn't. You didn't.
He tells me I didn't, or I tell him I did.
Now look, you said you played hooky. Well, where did you go?
I went swimming.
Swimming, it's too cold to swim.
All the kids were swimming.
Girls or boys?
I don't know. They didn't have any clothes on.
All right. So what are you what are you going to do now? Don't you like school?
Well, I can kind of live without it.
What don't you like about school?
Well, I don't mind going to school. I don't mind coming home. It's that stuff in between I don't like.
Now, what are you having trouble with?
Well, my arithmetic, I got a C in it. It seems to be okay.
Okay. So what's 1 plus 1?
2.
And what's 2 plus 2?
Let's see. You take one, you add another, then you carry. No, you erase that. That's not right.
Let me give you a hint.
What?
It's 4.
4 what?
Apples, oranges, what's it matter? So what is 2 plus 2?
Fruit salad.
Look, I'm going to make this easy for you. If I have 2 apples and I put 2 more apples with it, what do I have?
Applesauce.
This is going to be in terms that even you can understand. Let's talk about money. If I have $2 in my left pocket and $2 in my right pocket, what do I have?
Applesauce. I said that before, didn't I? I missed the line, didn't I?
Yes, you missed the line.
Sorry about that.
So what's the answer? If I got $2 in my left pocket and $2 in my right pocket, what do I have?
Somebody else's pants.
All right. There's something about school you gotta like, okay? There's something about school you have to like. Do you like,
I like lunch.
okay?
That's my favorite subject.
What about recess?
Well, I don't, recess, they play football and the coach says, tackle the dummy.
Okay. So you don't like recess.
I didn't do too bad the first day. I got really popular.
And how did you get popular?
I put a tack on the teacher's chair. Yes, I was really popular that day.
Okay, so, also, your teacher sent a note home along with that report card.
Uh-oh.
You didn't think I'd find out about that, did you?
Okay, I think I'm getting sick.
Come over here.
That makes me sicker.
Okay. So that note talked about you and an apple.
You mean an apple and I? An apple?
Or not an apple, but something about a rotten egg.
Oh, an egg and I, an egg and me, an egg and us.
Okay, stop stalling.
Okay, I'll get it to you fast.
Give me the truth.
That's going to take a little longer. You see, it was the story. Here's the story, and it was a dirty one.
Okay. So what happened with the egg?
All of a sudden on my desk there appeared an egg, a rotten egg. And the teacher came over and she said, let me have it.
What did you do?
I let her have it.
What are you laughing at?
Well, you see, the yolk was on her.
All right. So what happened then? And now I want to get to the bottom of things.
Okay. Well, first she pulled my ear.
All right, and then what?
And then she shook my shoulders.
Okay. So?
And then
what?
Then she kicked me.
Where?
You reached the bottom of things right there.
All right. Christmas coming up. We wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Yes, and a Happy New Year. Oh, by the way, Mr. Tucker, I learned how to name all those reindeer.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yep.
And what are they?
Well, you got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay.
And you got Dancer and Dasher and Prancer and Vixen and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen.
What happened to Comet?
Well, he's home cleaning the sink.
You know what? You're mighty close to an idiot.
Oh, yeah, keep your mouth shut. Nobody will know.
That's all for us. Thank you.
Okay. What I'd like to know is, what questions do you have for Jim with a Charlie, whatever, the dummy over there.
How old were you, Jim, when you thought about going into ventriloquism?
I was 51 years old.
51.
Yes, I was 51 years old.
And my, did he age? No, just couldn't help
Yeah, where there were I liked the idea of ventriloquism, and the dummies were being sold in the department stores, but you know, like Toys R Us. But my mother didn't let me know about Toys R Us until I was grown.
Okay.
So who was your first mannequin?
Well, that was Charlie was my first hard figure, and then Carlos was my first soft puppet.
Oh,
All right.
thank
So-
you for answering my question.
Oh, that's good. We'll send you a bill later.
No, don't, never mind.
Well, Mike,
That's
Send
something.
it to Al.
That's something picking up a hobby late in life. You know, you say you were 50 when you picked up the ventriloquism.
Yeah,
thing,
around there, yeah.
Yeah, I was about 47 when I picked up the bass guitar. 47, 48. So yeah, it's something picking up a hobby at a later age. It's obviously something you love to do because I see you taking your puppet into like the stores and stuff like that. And
It's either that or he's a real nutcase.
yeah, we were in McDonald's. Some little kid got a big kick out of it. It was nice seeing that little kid so happy. But yeah, if you're spreading like joy and cheer and all that other good stuff, then you're doing a good thing, man. That's all I can say. You're doing a good thing.
Thank you.
So Mike, do you have any other questions for him at this time?
Yeah, like what would you like to see for yourself in the future? What would be sort of your perfect future, Jim? Would it involve your mannequins? And if so, what would be your dream?
Well, I'd like it to involve mannequins, but I've always had an itch for the missionary field,
Cool.
and I want to do something for the Lord.
Uh-huh.
And my aspiration, I'd like to go overseas again, but if that doesn't happen, I understand. I would like to go to places throughout the United States as well, you know, different churches and stuff, and, you know, different events. It doesn't always have to be a church or anything like that, but, you know, different events to spread the Word of God and also bring a smile to people's face. See, whenever I'm using Charlie, folks will remember him and what he says more than they will what I say.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, yeah, you would probably be like if you were going to do like the religious aspect, yeah, I'm sure Charlie would collect a lot of he would sort of gather a lot of your younger audience, I'm pretty sure. That would be a perfect way of getting the religious thing towards the younger, you know, generation was using Charlie. So that's a pretty genius idea there, Mr. Jim.
Yeah, I'd also like to collect some of the money.
Cool.
Jim, you mentioned a while back that you were considering moving to Florida. Are you still considering it?
We're still considering it. It's just a matter of timing. There's some things that have to be taken care of. There's a wide open field down in Florida concerning ventriloquism. People come down there, they're on vacation, they're down there to have a good time. And you can even, you know, just by going to the piers and stuff like that, you know, have a lot of fun doing it. I went down there a few years back. My son was living there at the time. And Charlie and I, we went to one of the piers, and people were coming by. They wanted pictures taken with Charlie. They wanted us to, you know, they wanted to pose with him and stuff. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun having one-on-one talking to people, and Charlie entertaining them, making them laugh.
How many mannequins do you own now, James?
Well, I own about 8 of them.
Okay.
Some of them are conversion figures like Charlie here, which
Okay.
started out as a toy and then was modified to become a professional type figure. Others I've carved out of wood.
You've carved them yourself?
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yes, yes.
That's very
interesting.
talented.
I've had several that I've carved out of wood. I have some that are stage size. I'm developing a character right now. He's an African American figure, and his name is Reverend Leon. And he's going to be one that actually does some preaching in the old style African American way, like like a Baptist church. He's a Baptist-costal though, kind of a mix of Baptist and Pentecostal.
Oh my.
Yeah,
So
he's fiery.
This is kind of interesting. Do you start this hobby pretty late in life, like you're 50-ish? When did you pick up the carving technique? When did that come along?
Well, when I decided to work on Charlie, I realized that there had to be some mechanical stuff involved, and I did a lot of research online, and I decided that I wanted a wooden figure, but I didn't have enough money to pay for somebody else to carve one because they're like $1,800 on up.
Wow.
And so I set out just to see if I could do it, and got a few pine boards, put them together, and found a subject that I wanted the figure to look like, and I just went to town with it.
So how much would a brand new Charlie cost, man? That would be something how much would a brand new Charlie cost?
Well, to have somebody do something like Charlie, see, Charlie has some features to it. If it came with all the features that I put in the Charlie, it would more than likely be around $500, $600.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
Just to get Charlie by himself and have moving eyes would cost about $300. To have him with moving eyebrows, that would be about $360.
Wow.
Okay, but Charlie has a lot more. He has a handshaking feature, and he also sticks his tongue out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
I've seen that
would be
before.
more.
I don't want to go there.
Okay.
Yeah, I do it at L all the time.
Hey, lady, young man.
Okay, it's Elle's turn to ask questions.
So, I was wondering about Charlie for a minute. Charlie, are you really that vain? You're what, about 9 years old?
Yes, I'm
And
9 years old.
and-
N-I-N-E 90.
And why are you so conceited and vain? I mean, your buddy there just admitted you had work done.
Conceited and vain. Huh.
Yeah, he had work done. You know, plastic surgery. Hey, forget it, y'all.
Well, yeah, I had to
Yeah,
have
you had
those
work
done in
done.
order to look right and left.
You had work done to look right and left. What were you like before that?
Well, I was looking straight ahead a lot.
Oh, brother. But you had work done, so I guess you're kind of like some of these actors and actresses, huh?
Well, I
Have a
didn't
work
have
on
my
you.
features modified. So
Well,
you
yeah,
couldn't
and
call it plastic surgery.
Well, what would you call it then?
Cosmetic.
Well, I think you'll need more cosmetic. You need some work done.
Yeah, so do you.
Hey, wait a minute. No, I don't. You do. Anyway, do you see what's on the screen there?
Yeah, there's a call coming in.
I know. So why don't you answer? What are you waiting for?
It's probably Diane.
Well, answer it.
Hello?
Hello? It is Diane.
Hi,
All right,
Diane.
Charlie and Jim.
Long time no
Not
see.
too loud, Diane. Not too loud. You're killing my ears.
Yeah, Charlie and Jim.
Lower your voice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
No, Jim, I have a question for you.
I'll blow my
Okay.
ears out.
Do you think you want to go on American Got Talent someday? Like that young girl. I don't know if you watched that show, but they had a girl just won on American Got Talent, and I think if you're real good, you might go to Vegas and win $10,000.
No, it's 100.
Did you
It's
see the
actually
American
$1
Got
million.
Talent show?
Yeah, I saw that. That was where Darcy Lynn Farmer, she actually won America's Got Talent. She is quite
$1 million.
talented, as a matter of fact.
Well, maybe you should go on and try.
Let me answer that for you.
Okay, go ahead.
And what would he do on America's Got Talent? The only thing he's good is eating hot dogs.
Stop.
Well, you could always go to the Coney Island hot dog eating thing in July.
Don't
The
say
hot
that
dog
too
eating
loud. You'll be
contest.
hitchhiking down there.
It's to see how many hot dogs you can eat, the fastest amount you can eat in July at Coney Island. I have a feeling that Jim could eat a whole lot real quick. What do you think, Charles?
Oh, he could eat a dump truck though.
Ooh,
All right,
boy.
stop.
Maybe even 2 dump trucks, huh? What do you think, Mike? 2 dump trucks, 3,
You're pushing
5?
it, Al. You're pushing it.
Well, what am I pushing it to? I'm sitting down. How can I be pushing it?
Hey, Diane, you got anything else?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe you should find a girlfriend for you.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I have
And
quite a
your
bit.
school.
I have
Maybe
quite a
you'll get,
few.
maybe if you find a girlfriend, you'll have better grades. You'll get A's and B's and C's. But how about
What about
doing
A's
this?
and B's?
Maybe you should come to where I live and entertain the people
Oh,
over
my
here.
gosh.
They might need some
Well,
laughter over here.
Well, you know
I
what?
don't say where I live because that's not good on TV. But you also have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's.
Thank you, Diane.
Diane, you know
Well,
he's not
thank you,
real,
Diane.
right?
You know, a girlfriend might not be a bad idea. Why is that? I could play post
So maybe, Jim, do you have other puppets or you just have Charlie?
He just said he has 8.
Or is he going to maybe sometime come back on with all 8 of them?
No, that would be
No,
kind of hard. What's he
there's
going to
no
do? Go like this?
Yeah, why don't you come on again and have
Oh.
at least, how about 5 of them?
No,
Five
you
of
know what?
your
You
puppets.
know what I think he should do. He
You
should
can
bring.
carry 5 in your car, right?
Yeah,
No,
right.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I can do it with
Well,
one
I
right
mean-
now. You have to have
You
see
were
the
You were
difficulty.
51 years old when you started.
Not too loud, Diane.
So, what other jobs did you have other than talking to puppets? Did you hear me?
I didn't understand the question.
How many
Well,
other
what
jobs
other
did you
jobs
have?
did you have before you start doing your puppets?
What other jobs?
I
did
was
you-
a electronics technician. I worked on copiers.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
Well, you need a copy of that one. No, actually, there's one too many Charlies here as it
Any
is.
other?
But I kind of
hobby-
want to stay. I kind of want to stay in the realm of questions.
Yeah, only
about
with Charlie,
ventriloquism.
Diane.
But
What did he say?
He wants to just speak about the mannequins.
Any other
Well, I ain't
hobbies,
talking about the
James?
mannequin.
No, we're talking about mannequins, Diane.
yeah, we're talking about about ventriloquism. I don't want to get off on anything besides that.
I don't
That's what
want
I'm
to.
We're
saying.
talking about the mannequin.
You have any more questions, Diane?
Well, you said you want to do churches. I hope someday you can maybe still come in the building where I live and make these people laugh because they need some cheering up in my building.
Well, does he have now? Where you live is what type
I
of
can't
place
say
is
where
that?
I live. Ask the host man. He'll tell you.
No, that's
I
not what
mean,
he's
after the
asking.
show's
Diane,
over.
quiet on the set. That's not what he's asking you. Go ahead and ask your question.
I didn't hear
Charlie.
him.
I mean, James.
What type of place is that where you live?
She lives in a
I live in an apartment building.
A high rise.
High
Okay,
rise.
you're living in a high rise.
Yes.
And do they have special events at your high rise?
Oh yeah, they have a recreation.
I mean, I can. Not with a man with a puppet yet, but they might enjoy it.
But do they have events?
Oh yeah, they have all kinds of stuff here.
Can you give me
They do have bingo
can you give me
and
an
all
ex-
kinds of
All
stuff.
right, Diane, calm down. Slow down. Go ahead.
My brother could give you the number, and you can call and you can ask. Okay?
Well, he's trying to ask you a question, Diane. Just pay attention and listen to it.
Can you hear me, Al?
Yes, but be quiet and answer his question.
But I'll give you the number, and he can call, and he can answer if he can come over and do it.
Sorry,
tell her
America.
that will be fine.
Yes, that will work. That will work.
But you know what? You have a Merry Christmas and be careful out there because it's a little bit raining tonight. And wear that seatbelt and put a seatbelt on Charlie over here.
Okay.
That would be different.
Thank you,
that would be-
You
Diane.
have a good night.
Good night,
bless you.
Diane. Good night, Diane. So
She's
why don't you
wild.
ask me the question that you were going to ask her that she was
Well,
continuing
what I was
to talk?
trying to find out
What were you trying to
was
find out?
what kind of events that they have there, and that'll give me some idea whether or not they would be interested in having a
I
ventriloquist.
don't think they have really particularly events, but they have sometimes they have librarians come up and they do have a rec room. I think it's a computer room or rec room.
Okay.
They do have a whole area on one of their floors. I think that you would have the room, but whether they'd be interested, that would be something that I'm not really too sure on yet. But
Well,
it'd be worth trying.
even if I did a benefit there, just
Right.
to give them a taste.
Right.
But because sometimes places like that have finances that are set aside for
Right.
events, others don't.
Right, exactly.
I have another question for James L. You have
Why
any-
can't you ask Charlie the question?
This is for James, but
All
James,
right.
do you have any other hobbies other than this? I mean, any musician type, artist, anything?
Well, I used to play the guitar a little bit,
Oh, nice.
but I played it by ear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was really a sight, you know. A lot of people play it with a tick or with their fingers. He played it by ear.
What made you not stick with that? What made you not stick with the guitar?
Well, I just set it aside. It's a long story. I suffer from depression.
Oh, okay.
And that was the big reason I got into ventriloquism, was because I needed something to do. I was staying to myself, and it seemed to be therapeutic. It's hard to be depressed if you're thinking funny.
Okay. So are you doing like any shows or anything, James? Have you been on any venues or anything? Like,
Well,
can people come see you somewhere? Or?
We've done things in a small venue. I've gone to elderly homes, that sort of thing. I'm open to doing birthday parties, and we did a show at this kids camp one year in Butler, and we did the grand opening of the carousel in West Mifflin. That that double merry-go-round on the grand opening. We did the we did that grand opening.
Where's this at? Where's the merry-go-round at?
Going towards Century 3 Mall.
Century 3 Mall.
Is it an actual merry-go-round or is it a restaurant?
No, it's a merry-go-round.
I've never seen it.
Where kids-
Oh, you mean inside the mall? Okay.
Yeah, right inside the mall there.
Okay. It's been a long time.
Yeah, we set up our tabletop stand.
And how did that work
Charlie
out?
was calling people in, and we were riding the merry-go-round, and
You were riding the merry-go-round?
yeah, we were having a good time.
Oh, okay.
Who were some of your who were some of the
Comedians that influenced
that exactly? How
Edgar
they were-
Ventriloquist.
Paul Winchell, Jimmy Nelson. Now, Bergen and Paul Winchell they're deceased, but Jimmy Nelson is still alive. And he comes every year to the ventriloquist convention that's in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. They're having it at the Holiday Inn in Cincinnati. And that's like right on the border there. All right, and they're having their annual convention at the Holiday Inn this year, and Jimmy Nelson is there every year with his wife, and he brings Danny O'Day and Farfel. And the convention, I've not been to the convention yet. I'm wanting to go, but they have famous guest speakers. They have Jeff Dunham. Darcy Lynn was there this year before she won America's Got Talent. And they also have open mics where people can sign up and actually perform and get critiqued by the more experienced ventriloquists. They have workshops. They have a register fee, and the convention lasts like 4 days.
It's interesting.
And there's a special rate, on rooms at the Holiday Inn, from what I understand.
It's interesting.
So, what are the next steps to have you keep progressing in your mastering of all that it takes to be a ventriloquist? Maybe.
Practice.
Well, what I mean is maybe updating your act a little bit, and also achieving a better way of, or improving upon your breath, or however, I don't know what it's called, breath control. It's not called breath control, but breathing.
No, a Tic Tac will do that.
Breathing control. What do they call that when the reduction of the moving of the mouth? What is that actually called? Is there a technical term that they use? Is it just breathing?
Yeah, it's called lip movement.
Okay,
He's got to reduce his lip movement.
yes, I know. So what would be the next step that you can do to decrease the lip movement?
Well, you could try sewing it up.
Stop it.
Well, that would keep him from overeating, wouldn't it? Okay, he
He'd
deserved
figure
that.
out a way to eat.
Well,
But
he'd
anyway,
find a way to eat.
lip movement, that's something that is acquired by practice.
Okay.
And it's just a matter of practice.
So,
And
over the next 1 to, say, 20 years, hopefully we'll all live that long, what are you doing to keep moving forward in your, I would say, hobby / profession? What is Jim Tucker?
well, my
James Tucker doing?
next step is I need to acquire some equipment.
Okay.
Okay, I need to acquire a sound system,
Okay.
nothing elaborate, but something where I can have a microphone on it and stuff, and that'll be portable.
Okay.
Okay, and all of that requires funding. So that's what I need. I need a sound system. I need a microphone to go with that sound system.
Okay.
Couple of tabletops that would fit on microphone stands so
I
that you
see.
can do the 2-figure routine.
Okay.
And that's basically it to
But wouldn't
get
that-
started in the venue that I want to start in right now.
Okay, but how would that help with lip movement reduction?
Well, lip movement reduction, as I already stated, is
Is just from
practice.
So how many hours do you think you would need to commit on a daily basis, or anyone would need to commit on a daily basis?
Most people do anywhere from 10 minutes to a half hour a day or something like that.
What about that, what was that young girl's name? How many minutes?
Darcy
I have
Lynn?
no idea what her, I would like to, matter of fact, have a chat with her because I'd like to know what her routine is and stuff like that.
Right.
And, be able to glean.
Yeah, she's just a
Well,
Well, it
child.
seems to me
there.
also that it might be good to find out the routines of some of the other masters.
Well, I don't want to necessarily find out their routines, as in their material,
No, but their
but
routines
their
in
routine
terms-
and how they practiced and how
Right.
they achieved their goals. I'm very interested in that. I have a few
Especially
books
a
on that
child.
subject. As a matter of fact, especially a child that's only been in
Yeah.
it for 2 years.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
she's got you
It
taught.
was pretty amazing.
Yeah, you've been in it 9 years, and look where you are today.
Hey,
Stop.
wait a minute.
Hey, I'm on TV.
Well, yeah, you got me there.
That's a start, Charlie.
You got me there. We're happy to be here, Al.
I'm
You have to
glad.
start somewhere.
Yes, we're very happy to be here.
Well, you know what I'm happy about? I heard a lot of comments and questions from Mike McCutcheon tonight, and that makes me feel good.
What about me?
I want to hear more from Annette. Annette's doing well, but I want to hear more from Annette.
Well, you said what I wanted to ask you. You pretty much covered. You answered it.
Well, then ask another question.
Wait a
then.
minute.
Yeah,
What
let
am
her
I
think,
waiting?
Al.
How do you wait time?
How difficult is it to throw your voice without moving your lips? Does that take practice? Well, of course it takes
Well,
practice.
it's like anything, okay? It's an illusion, all right?
Charlie, would you mind sitting down here a minute? I always have to get the sitting down here.
It's about time he's off camera.
All right, let me show you. It's about doing,
Now I'm saying.
making something appear say the dime here,
Okay.
okay? Everybody sees the dime.
Well, it's kind of
So
hard
I'll
to see.
take
but
the dime. Okay? And then pull it over here. But the
That's amazing.
illusion is you actually show them what's going on. And there it is.
All right.
It's the same way. Charlie's mouth is moving.
Boy, his mouth moves a lot, I
Hello,
tell
how
you.
are you? I'm fine. I miss your face, son.
Did you notice his mouth is moving a lot? He really opens up his mouth a little bit too much.
I want to see him stick his tongue out.
I could say that the same about you, Al.
Hey, I've been quiet most of the time.
I had the close up so I could go.
Yeah, that's what I
you?
wanted to see.
Hey, I didn't see a tongue, thank goodness.
Don't try to take over the show, Charlie.
Yeah.
He gave you a dirty look.
Me?
Yeah, he gave you one. Didn't you see that?
No.
He's giving you a dirty look. Uh-oh.
Did you get your question yet, Annette?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's
Thank
good.
you
That's
very
good. Oh,
much.
you're very welcome.
Charlie, you're killing me here.
You're cute when you're curious. Stop it.
Thank you.
Ay, 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 ay. Any
Now,
other
what
questions?
am I when
That's
I'm
okay,
not?
Kutch. You're cute too.
Cool.
Oh my goodness, now I'm a little worried. I'm glad I'm not sitting over there.
Al,
Okay,
you stay
never
over
mind.
there, will you?
I'm protected over here.
And what am I when I'm not curious?
Delirious? No.
Oh, that was not nice. Somebody should call in and bawl Charlie out. In fact, if you call 412-231-2288, just
You
think
can
of
do
it
it
this
yourself.
way. If you actually bawl Charlie out, you're really bawling out James, and then maybe James is bawling out Charlie, but you never know.
Yeah,
Who's
no,
the
no,
real
no.
dummy? Okay, forget it.
Charlie's Charlie.
Go ahead, give us the call. You got any questions? We'll be
Well,
happy
here's
to
the
answer
thing.
them.
You said that you went to school, right?
Well, yes, I go to school.
He played hooky.
Well, what I want to know is, why did you bring that dummy with you?
That's a good question.
Yeah, you should never bring a dummy, you know, and I feel bad for you, Charlie, I really do. You know, a lot of kids when they're in school, they have parents night and all that. And look what you have to bring for your parent.
Yes, a
So
hairy
it-
American.
Oh my goodness. You know, he kind of looks like a guy that brings presents around at Christmas time, a wee bit.
Or somebody who comes around the corner and steals them.
Oh, well, he's the Anti-Claus?
Yeah, he's.
He's the Anti-Claus. But you know one thing I bet you he does that Santa Claus and him do in common?
Yeah, he robs from the rich and gives to the poor.
No, they both eat too many donuts.
Yeah, he
and
robs from the
cookies.
rich and gives to me.
Stop it.
Well, if he gives to you, how come you still have those same clothes?
What's
Don't
the
look at me.
What's the matter with my clothes?
Nothing, it's just that we've seen them before.
Do you have other
I'm
clothes?
I don't know.
kidding.
You got some that looks kind of like mine.
Hey, well, yeah, you know, I think you're copying me. What are you doing? Now I need to wear a hat so my comb over doesn't glow.
Do you have other clothes, Charlie?
Yes, I have other clothes.
You have a baseball outfit yet, Charlie?
No, I don't have one of those. I don't
Well,
play baseball.
You need to get a baseball outfit, Charlie. You know why? You can do the
I'm
old.
sure you're going to tell me.
Did you ever hear of Abbott and Costello ever research history?
Oh, yeah, we're not even going to try that routine.
Oh, why not?
You know, the last time I tried any tongue twisters, it went kind of like this. Teeter, titer, tecta, tickle, tether. Try saying that without your lips moving.
Do it again.
Do it, Mr. Tucker. He can't do it.
You can't do
Let's
it.
see you try it, all right? Keeter, kiker, kick the kickle. Wait a minute. Who in the heck is Keeter Kiker? It's Teeter,
Yeah, that's a
titer,
good
tick
question.
the tickle, tickle, tethers. And I can do it without my lips moving. Teeter, titer, tick the tickle, tethers.
Oh, no, he didn't. Well, I think we're going to move on, guys, to some other things.
Okay, let's go.
If you want, you can go take a rest and we'll just have
I
the James.
certainly will. I'm going to go downstairs here.
Go downstairs, okay.
Our
Don't
radio-
bump your head.
I'm in the basement.
Our radio station here, Whammo, used to have logo or slogan, moving on. We're moving on.
We are moving on. Yep.
Yeah, we are moving on.
We're moving on.
Yeah. So now, let's start off with gratitude. First of all, I want to say something about December the 4th, 2017. You know, yesterday, I had to go to an automotive company, you know, one of these national chains, and it says the word auto in it. And I have to tell you, I had a left turn signal light bulb out. And I had gone to this brand new store, and I went, and just keep in mind when I tell you this, you might think, well, what's this have to do with anything? And actually it's very relevant. It has to do with gratitude. And so I had gone to this store, and it's one of those stores where you go in, you buy the stuff that you see the commercials on TV a lot, but you go in and it's a do-it-yourself store. In other words, you get the stuff, you put the stuff in. They're not mechanics, and they don't generally do the work for you. So I go to this store last night, and because I discovered on Sunday that my left turn signal wasn't working. And ironically, a whole lot of people out there, they drive without using their turn signals, at least all the time. But me, I've always used my turn signal, and I've always been very meticulous about safety when driving. Actually, safety most of the time. But so I noticed my left turn signal wasn't working, so I go over to this store. And again, this is not a store where you go in and they help you. It's not a mechanic. And so I go to there, and I said, you think you can help me out? I said, you know, I need this left turn signal bulb or whatever to find out why it's not working. It might be the bulb, it might be something else. So sure enough, the young lady, and I'm going to mention names, her name was Jamie, and she came out. I said, sure, we can take a look at it. So Jamie comes out. Now keep in mind, this is a store that doesn't have a whole lot of people, and they were not busy at the time, fortunately, not real busy. So she comes out and she looks. Sure enough, she says, yeah, we can help you out. So we go in there and we find out, well, we go in, first of all, we go in, and then Rob, or actually Robert, but Rob for short, says, you know, go look this up and yada, yada, yada. He didn't say yada, yada, yada. That's my addition. So they find out what bulb it was because they looked it up in the computer, but they wanted to confirm it. So they go to take out this light bulb. Now, for whatever reason, the make of my vehicle made it extraordinarily difficult to get the headlight out. In fact, they couldn't even get it all the way out, the entire mechanism, the headlight, you know, itself. So they had gone through using screwdrivers, this other odd kind of a tool, and just a whole bunch of stuff. And both Jamie and Rob come out, and I swear to you, they had to be working on my car, I would say at least 50 minutes. And I said to Annette, I said, this is amazing. And I guess she really didn't digest what was going on all that much. But I said, you know, Annette, this is quite amazing. She said, what do you mean? I said, this is not a mechanic. And they was able to finally get this thing loose enough, put the bulb in. Today, my car is perfectly fine. The light is working. I can make that left turn signal. But I am grateful because they didn't have to do that. Now, I can tell you this. Had I gone to a mechanic to get this done, depending on which mechanic, it could have been anywhere from $50 to hundreds of dollars. And I don't want to say what I said to Annette in the car for a few reasons, probably legal reasons. But let me just say that I saved a whole lot of money. So I cannot tell you the name of this company, because that would possibly consider advertising. I can tell you, I am very grateful to both Rob, and Jamie, and also I am actually very grateful to the company, because I will say this. I will give you part of their name without giving you their name. There are two companies that I know of that are national chains, and they both have auto in the beginning. One of them has a zone, and one of them has an advance. Now, I have been to both of these stores many times in my life. Every time I have gone to the one store, I can't say which one, unfortunately, I've had help. But the other one that I think has actually more advertisement, I have never had that kind of help. But to have this kind of attention and pay nothing other than the $9 that I paid for the light, you cannot put a price on that. And I want to bring that up because for me, you know, I'm also very grateful that I'm actually alive today, and hopefully I'll be here for Christmas. I'll be here for the holidays. Now, I count all the holidays. You know, I think about Ramadan. I think about, Hanukkah. I think about Kwanzaa. I don't know enough about them yet, but any of those holidays. But I want to share with you this testimonial because it is about gratitude. And I think that if all of you can have this attitude of gratitude, and I also want to say I'm very grateful to Annette. I'm very grateful to Mike. I'm especially grateful to Jim because Jim, or James, you know, he comes on here and none of us are without flaws. But he comes on here and he's on live television and he presents to you a performance. And it is a very difficult thing. And you know, I think that this is a real lesson in what it means to be grateful. I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that I can eat without any kind of, you know, any kind of tubes that I might have. I'm grateful that I have 2 legs that I can walk. I'm grateful that I have 2 arms I can move like this. I'm grateful that I have some hair left. All right, Charlie, that's enough out of you down there. Don't say anything.
I didn't say a
I
word.
know, but don't. I'm grateful that I'm here. And I will share with you that there are many reasons why many of us shouldn't be here. And I'm sure you out there have your own stories. So for me, I'm grateful for the fact that I'm still here, December the 5th. And I will share with you also one last thing. You know, I was very concerned about not having that left turn signal. And some people might think it's trivial. But I want to say to you that when you don't use your turn signals, and you're out there in a vehicle, and you don't use them if you're the driver or you're the passenger and the driver doesn't use them, you know, you're really putting a lot of lives at risk, including everyone in that vehicle, yourself and your passengers. And I would encourage each and every one of you, make sure your vehicles are in working condition. Make sure that you are in working condition. Don't be texting. Don't be driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Because quite honestly, I don't want my life, Annette's life, or any of your lives to be gone. You know, you have to look at this as when you're in a vehicle, you're putting your life on the line. And with that, I just want to say why I'm grateful, and I would like to hear right now from James, and then I would like to hear from Michael, and of course Annette. And then before we go, Annette wants to mention those who are not here. So if you're not grateful for anything else, be grateful for the fact and have gratitude for the fact you woke up this morning.
Exactly.
You woke up, whenever you woke up, whether it's the morning, afternoon, or even right now.
Exactly.
You are here. And hopefully you'll still be here for the holiday.
Exactly.
But with that, I want to turn it over to James to tell his story. Let's be cognizant of the fact that we probably have to keep it within about 2.5 minutes apiece, because we have less than 10 minutes. So let's go with Jim, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. I'm thankful that, of course, like Al said, I'm thankful that I'm alive, and I thank God through Jesus that He came into my life. You know, God came into my life and changed me. I was a piece of work. You know, I was 20 years old, not going anywhere, and you know, God came into my life. Jesus came into my heart and changed me, gave me a new viewpoint in life, and I met my wife, and my three children are now grown and having children of their own. So we have a lot to be thankful for. We have a new addition to the family. She was born 2 months premature, and she's still in the hospital. Hasn't come home yet, but she's flourishing. And she's just got to pass that car seat test, and then she can come home. But we're thankful for her. She's a little miracle child, and God is good.
I agree with that.
Amen.
And now, Mike?
Okay, well, what am I grateful for, El? Well, I'm grateful, definitely grateful for you, to you, El, to you and Annette, because you guys are awesome friends to me.
Thank you.
And grateful, I'm totally grateful that the God that created the universe likes me. I'm totally grateful for that. But what I like to say I'm most grateful for all them doctors that work at St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm grateful for, El.
Oh, yeah. And saving the kids
Yes,
the best
sir.
they can.
Yes, El, yes.
Okay, you want to pass it on to
Yeah,
Annette?
okay.
Well, I'm grateful to be alive, first of all, and grateful to God in heaven for making me be alive every day so far, and hopefully for many, 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 many more years. And I'm grateful for Al, and hopefully he'll have many, 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 many more years, and our family and friends and our pets. And I'm just grateful for the good people out there who make up for the bad people.
Nice, Annette. Nice.
Yeah, we sure need to do that.
And just whenever some evil comes our way or your way, just think of the good out there that can combat that, and know that there is good out there in the world.
Well,
Amen, Annette. Amen.
we have a few more minutes. We have
Thank you.
about 3 or 4. I'd like you to do the in memoriam. These are the people, unfortunately, are not with us anymore. So if you're breathing, be happy.
That's right, El. That's
So
right.
go for it.
Want to start off with David Cassidy,
We have about 2.5
Jim Neighbors, Della Reese, Malcolm Young, John Anderson, Mel Tillis, Richard Gordon, John Hillerman, Liz Smith, Bobby Dewar, Freddie Pacheco, Ann Wedgeworth, Roy Dotrice,
That's a lot of people, unfortunately.
Earl Hyman, Jana Mavatna, Christine Keeler, Kane Michael, and Tom Petty. I think we mentioned him last month, from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
And before I go, there's a couple of things. This is December the 5th, 2017. I'm grateful that in the year 2018, starting in January next month, we'll be back, Lord willing. And I do want to say a prayer for all of the injuries that happened in the Steelers game last night. The Pittsburgh Steelers played the Cincinnati Bengals, and I would just like to say I'm praying that Ryan Shazier and all of the people from both teams get better, and I'm hoping that Ryan will be able to, recover. I don't know the extent of his injuries, but it's a pretty frightening situation. But I want to say one thing about James. I believe that James needs to, I only have a minute, he needs to realize that with the practice, he will reach heights that he can't even imagine at this point. And I want to say that about you out there. In this holiday season and in New Year's, your new resolution should be to believe. Just believe, to have compassion for each other, but believe. If you love playing guitar, believe that you can be one of the best. You're going to have to learn. You have to do the research. You have to do the work. But I see a day when James can be on the national circuit. I see a day when Mike can be a national co-host, and that can do it. So let us remember that the impossible does not exist, that the impossible is probable and possible. So if you get confused as to what I'm saying is nothing is truly impossible. If it were, TV would not exist, cellular phones would not exist, and we can go on for 1,000,000 years. Everything in our lives that is possible now did not exist at some point in history. Let us remember that you out there have it within you to create your own reality and your own success, and not a person in the universe can stop you. There are some things you're going to see in 2018 from me and from this show. Let's just say that it may not happen right away, but expect it. We are going to do the impossible. We have about 20 seconds. Go for it.
I just want to
Only 20
make
seconds.
a holiday wish.
Okay,
I wish that I have peace, that we have peace in our lives and peace on earth
okay.
for
that
the new
sounds
year.
good. All right, with that, everybody, remember that you and humanity and all forms of life, and even the mannequin guy, really does matter.
And Merry Christmas and Blessed New Year in all religions.